I am Johnny Massacre and welcome to my world. May your stay here be interesting. Tonight, Charlie Kirk's wife has made her first public appearance since her husband was assassinated. Who is with me? Give me a hell yeah! So Charlie Kirk's wife, Erica Kirk, came out and responded to the assassination of her husband, and she also revealed information about the future of Charlie Kirk's movement, Turning Point USA. Also, the shooter is in custody. He has been caught. All that and more on tonight's show. I do recommend going on over to Fox News and listening to the full speech of Charlie Kirk's wife. It was a wonderful speech. She is an incredibly strong person, able to deliver such a meaningful message so soon after this tragedy. But the main thing is, she said Turning Point USA will be stronger than ever, and she had a message for the radical left that I would like to share with you right now.
The evildoers responsible for my husband's assassination have no idea what they have done. They killed Charlie because he preached a message of patriotism, faith, and of God's merciful love. But they should all know this. If you thought that my husband's mission was powerful before, you have no idea. You have no idea what you just have unleashed across this entire country and this world. You have no idea. You have no idea the fire that you have ignited within this wife. The cries of this widow will echo around the world like a battle cry. To everyone listening tonight across America, the movement my husband built will not die. It won't. I refuse to let that happen. It will not die. All of us will refuse to let that happen. No one will ever forget my husband's name, and I will make sure of it. It will become stronger, bolder, louder, and greater than ever. My husband's mission will not end, not even for a moment. And one of Charlie's greatest talents was his ability, this phenomenal ability to choose great people to follow him. He could always find the ones who could handle any setback. And it's almost like he knew. He could see it in you. Even when you couldn't see it in yourself, he just knew. He knew you could handle it. You thought you only had 5% left, and he knew you had 15.
Certainly. We've got more than that, my friend. So an absolutely epic response there to Charlie Kirk's assassination. I know this term has been co-opted by the left, so I don't like to use it, but she really, really is a strong woman to come out so soon after that and to deliver such an inspiring message. And that really should resonate with conservatives who maybe in the wake of the assassination felt a little bit afraid to kind of stand up about what they believe in for fear of being attacked and hurt. Are we going to let that woman stand on the front line and expose herself? No, we won't. We will stand side by side and in front of her. And we must have as much courage as she has moving forward, pushing back against these psychopaths who simply want to take away our freedom. So thank you very much indeed, Erica Kirk. Our thoughts are with you and your family and your 2 young children. It was a fantastic message by Miss Kirk. She also revealed what Charlie was going to do if he ran for president. She said that if he did, he'd want to focus on the rejuvenation of the family. And she also revealed how she broke the devastating news to her 3-year-old. And she said he's on a work trip with Jesus so he can afford your blueberry budget. And moreover, she vowed that Mr. Kirk's legacy will never die. Quote from Erica: "I promise I will make Turning Point USA the biggest movement this nation has ever seen. So I'm calling on conservative commentators and debaters to step up to the plate and fill the void of Charlie Kirk at college campuses across the United States of America." Charlie Kirk was the driving force for this movement, the creator of it. And part of the thing that made his movement so popular was his famous debates, which drew millions and millions of views online. So I think we need now guest Turning Point USA speakers like the Stephen Crowders, the Ben Shapiro's, to go out there and keep the eyeballs on this movement, which is incredibly important in converting young people over to the conservative movement. Like Charlie Kirk always said, go to tpusa.com to find out more. On that website, it now says Charlie's vision, America's future. The fight continues. So that's the main news for today, something I really wanted to share with you. In other news, the shooter has been caught. His own father turned him in, according to the mainstream media. His name is Tyler Robinson, a 22-year-old from St. George, Utah, third-year electrical apprentice student at Dixie Technical College. Previously attended Utah State University on a scholarship, but left after one semester. Raised in a Republican family, but registered as an unaffiliated, nonpartisan voter who didn't participate in recent elections, he was arrested late Thursday, September the 11th, 2025, after a 33-hour manhunt. Surrendered at a Washington County Sheriff's Office with assistance from family. Confessed to his father, or implied involvement, who, along with a youth pastor, family friend, persuaded him to turn himself in, and he was compliant during the arrest. Unfired cartridges and casings from the rifle, a scoped Mauser, 6-bolt action. Said, catch, Bella Ciao, which is an Italian anti-fascist song reference. And if you read this, you are gay. Laugh my ass off. Sequence of quotes from the Helldivers 2 video game and an online meme. Notice bulges. What's this? Those were found near the weapon in the woods by the campus. Now, of course, the left already are saying he's a Trump supporter. Nah, there ain't a single Trump supporter in existence that whines about fascism. But what difference would it even make if this guy were a Republican, which he isn't, because the left, as proved by their recent reaction, immediate reaction, impulsive reaction, which betrays their true thoughts, they already sided with the shooter. If the shooter were Republican and represented Republican ideology, which he doesn't, the only thing that would change in this scenario is that the left now support the Republican Party because they've already en masse celebrated this shooter. And the great irony is Charlie Kirk got these other Massacre to support the Second Amendment, and maybe that is his greatest gift to society. So the shooter might not tell you everything about the left, but the left's reaction does, and they wall-to-wall celebrated this man's death with glee. With glee. So more news as it breaks. All eyes will be on this shooter and his past history and what his motives were and what his ideological leanings were, and I will be giving you that information as soon as it comes through. I promise you that. So JD Vance carried Mr. Kirk's coffin onto Air Force 2. He stood front and center as the coffin was loaded off a hearse in Salt Lake City. Charlie Kirk's body was returned to his home state of Arizona, and Vice President JD Vance boarded the flight alongside Kirk's grieving wife Erica and 2 young children and his parents. President Donald Trump, the Trumpster, my hero, has revealed he will attend the funeral of Charlie Kirk. The arrangements have yet to be announced, expected to take place in Phoenix, according to the mainstream media. Note, no one is burning down towns and looting stores in the wake of this man's death. And I would say credit to the conservative movement for that. So that is the news for today. I'm Johnny Massacre, and if you're just joining us, we are talking about Charlie Kirk's widow's reaction to his passing, and also the capture of his assassin. But if you have been watching from the beginning, then stop your grinning and drop your linen. Donate some cash and let's keep winning. Streamlabs.com/Johnny Massacre, patreon.com/Johnny Massacre, and paypal.me/ Give me a hell yeah! Your donations are much appreciated. They allow me to make this show, because if you don't donate, you have to find other ways to make money at the expense of this. So I'd really appreciate it right now if you support what I do, to consider donating via those links to the right of my beautiful hair. Make dyed hair great again. Thank you so much, everybody. I do hope you are well.
Gary Von Mabach says this is like watching paint dry.
Oh,
Gary Von
that was
Mabach
before the
says,
show
hope
started.
I don't fall asleep before you get started. Gary Von Mabach says watched on RSBN. Zlen Omega says hey Char and Johnny. Zlen Omega says chat. Deep Claw Jedi says the Turning Point USA guest speakers. Like Johnny Massacre. Brad W says. Always 33.
I hope you lot are well. It is Saturday afternoon in Tokyo, 1:33. And still trying to process this news, as we all are. A lot of doom scrolling going on, but now you're starting to see this horrible event being turned into something meaningful. Charlie Kirk is the literal definition of a hero. All of the best heroes, they die for the cause, they die for you. And the hero's journey is one of transformation and rebirth. You cannot become a hero without some kind of death or loss, rebirth and transformation. That's why the story of Jesus resonates so much. It is the archetypal myth that has been told again and again across the continents over time. And Charlie Kirk embodies the archetype of a hero to a T. So he died for you and me. The Streisand effect is going to be insane. More people will wake up to what he stood for than, ironically, if he remained alive. His message is already out there, all over YouTube, all over social media. So just like Jesus dying for our sins, this guy died for us, and it's only going to make us much stronger. So he did it for us. Absolute hero, this guy. His wife coming out saying she's going to continue, make sure his legacy continues, Turning Point USA continues. And don't you feel some kind of responsibility to continue this guy's legacy? He just wanted us to have a better life for our children, for our families. So rest in peace, Charlie. You certainly will be missed. You'll be greatly missed. So we're going to go on over to the cheeky live stream now. You're going to be automatically redirected. It's a little bit more relaxed than this, maybe a little bit less grave. And it's a place where we just kind of hang out and chat and whatnot. So stick around for that, my friends. I'll be sending you on over to that right now. Much love, everyone. See you in a second.
Been watching Charlie's videos today.
Haven't we all? See you in a second, y'all.